Welcome to Wow, That's Nuts! Yeah! Chicka-cha! We're really annoying sometimes. I wonder if that's why we have no friends. No, I'm kidding. We do. Thank you all for tuning in. So today is July 21st, right in the middle of summer. I feel like we talk about Block Island way too much on this channel.
Well, it's one of the only things around here to do. That's left to do around here.
That's true.
We were talking about how there's nothing left to do around here, especially for kids.
Well,
it's sad.
There is, but you know, the casinos weren't around when we were growing up.
What is the kids going to do at the casino?
That's true. Nowadays they have like the Wolf Lodge or whatever that is.
Yeah, get your wallet out. $500 a kid to go down a water slide.
I think that's one of the reasons why. So I played on Block Island this weekend and it was kind of dead. And I think that's one of the reasons is that people don't have money to go out anymore. Yeah. And it's expensive to go to Block Island because you have to take the ferry and everything on the island is more expensive. So.
How much is it? How much? I wouldn't know now what the mixed drinks prices are. How much is it now to get a mixed drink at Block Island?
Like $20.
Are you kidding?
So,
my God.
The place that I played at this weekend with my Inside Out with my cover band, there was a few bachelorette parties, on Saturday, and every time that happens, we usually have like people come up and sing with us, like just random people in the crowd, like ask if they can come up and sing, and sometimes we'll say yes, and they'll come up and sing, and they'll be awful, or we'll like hold the microphone out and let them sing part of the song, and it just sounds like yeah. And it's really bad. But this one girl came up and sang Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. And usually when people come up and sing, I keep singing with them so that, it kind of blocks out how bad they are. It doesn't really work, but I usually keep singing anyway. But this girl came up and sang, and she was like amazing. So I just like stopped singing, and she sang the rest of the song, and it was really good. And I said to her after, I was like, that doesn't happen very often. I just stop singing and let somebody come up and sing the whole song because she was good.
You can sing Kelly Clarkson's Since You've Been Gone?
Not well, but I still do it.
Oh my God!
But she sang it way better than me.
So you really do have a crazy range. Like
whatever.
Yeah, I could never sing that song. I tried so many times in the car and it's terrible. Like anything like Kelly Clarkson or Whitney Houston, I don't have that range. I don't have a high vocal range, but you do.
Well, it's like the male version of singing it, so it's not as good, but I can still hit the notes and hold them, I guess. But
remember we did that in a skit where you played Richard, what was his name? Richard Bazzoli? I think
you're thinking of the song we're going to do later.
Yeah, but if you did like self-help tips and you sang Since You've Been Gone.
I did?
Yeah, we were like, and then have some hobbies.
Oh, yeah. It was, yeah. But that was like a joke singing. That wasn't real singing. But anyway, so that's what I did this weekend. And the fact that there weren't many people there, we had to, the band and I had to like make our own fun, which is sometimes more fun than having a huge crowd. Like last year we played there on 4th of July weekend. It was just insane, like mad people the whole weekend. And it was fun, but I feel like we almost had more fun this weekend because we had to make our own fun.
Yeah.
And
those are always, that's always more fun when you don't have crowds that you have to wait at restaurants,
Exactly.
I can't stand that anymore. I don't have patience for that as I get older.
You didn't have as much of a fun weekend as I did, unfortunately, because you went to Anne Marie's memorial.
Yes, and it was really nice, and it was beautiful, and everyone that spoke about her and told stories about her and just their experiences with her, it was really beautiful. And then they released butterflies at the end for her, and they had it at this beautiful pavilion, like right down the street from where she was living. It was somebody's property that they have like weddings and stuff over there. It's right on the river. So it was really beautiful. But I was like, yeah, it's really hard because she was one of our closest friends for many, many years. And so it was nice to see everyone that came and honored her life, and we all got to see one another, and under those circumstances was good, but it was nice to see everyone that I haven't seen in a long time.
And you were saying how you aren't getting a lot of sleep lately. Maybe that has something to do with it. The fact that you're dealing with that kind of stress.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how before, we were just looking this up, before the Industrial Revolution, people would sleep twice a day instead of like one long segment of sleep?
That's what I'm doing now, and I'm realizing I just happen to come across like more brilliant people on TikTok just talking about things I would have otherwise never known. And I'm like, but that's what I've been doing, and I'm thinking there's something wrong with me all these years, and like that's what people like me do, and that's what we used to do before. Yeah, they came along and told us that it was wrong, and they did that because they wanted to get more out of us,
right?
With the whole 8 hours a day.
Yeah, so before the Industrial Revolution, humans commonly practiced segmented biphasic sleep. People went to sleep shortly after dusk for 3 to 4 hours, aka the first sleep, awoke for 1 to 2 hours of quiet time, and then rested for a second 3 to 4 hour stretch. I can't talk. Second sleep until dawn. And then during the Industrial Revolution, the man came and said, "No, you're going to sleep once a day. That's it." So there was the shift to monophasic sleep. So as factories emerged, sleep patterns shifted from the natural 2-part cycle to the single 8-hour monophasic block. This transformation was driven by several factors, including artificial lighting, the factory clock, and social pressures. Historically, the middle of the night waking period during segmented sleep was productive or social. People would read, tend to the fire, pray, or socialize with neighbors. Today, can you imagine getting up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and hanging out with your neighbors?
Well, you know what's funny? When Michael lived next door, our cousin Michael, I could hear him outside. Of course, he was having a cigarette because I could just hear him coughing. Yeah. But it would always be the same time. We'd be up, and he'd hear me in there laughing. I'd either be talking to like somebody from Australia, or or I would be, because they're like 16 hours ahead of us. It's the only time I could ever take clients in Australia, and or it'd just be me up laughing because I'm watching something funny. But yeah, there's something...
Or just making fart noises and laughing, not looking at anything.
Probably.
That definitely happens too.
That happens in my house. But yeah, I don't know what it is. When I get up during those hours, between like the hours like 2 and 4, I feel like it's like the coolest, most safest time. Like no one's going to bother you. No one's sending you emails. Well, mostly. Sometimes I still get emails at that hour. But like everything's quiet, and like you can just... I don't know. It's really cool. Like no one, the whole world is asleep and you're up, and I kind of like it.
Yeah. So today, many people who experience middle of the night insomnia panic, unaware that waking in the middle of the night was the biological norm for most of human history. That's crazy. And that the Industrial Revolution and like turning schools into output for factory workers. Like schools are kind of designed to make people like workers, basically that will work for the man.
Yep.
So,
they made us think we're crazy. They made us think that that's not normal and we shouldn't be doing that. And like, obviously, I mean, if I had to wake up at 6 o'clock and still go in somewhere to work, I still think that I'd be like, that's fine, because I've gotten so used to doing that, and I'm up anyways.
It's crazy what humans can get used to.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just completely normal now that we just sleep once a day, and all of the time before the Industrial Revolution it was different. Supposedly, I mean, who knows for sure, but it's pretty crazy. So when we were living in Providence, we lived next to a fire department, and that caused some a little shift in the monophasic sleep.
You will never understand what it's like to live next to a fire department until you live next to a fire department.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. But for me, I don't know if you remember, but I used to live down the street, right across the street from that fire department. So I lived on Admiral Street in Providence twice. I lived there my last year of college, and then the year that you moved in with Tiffany and I. Yeah. That was like maybe a block away from there.
But there were many nights where we got woken up by woo!
You do not sleep. But the most convenient part with the time that I lived across the street from it was, see, you guys all make fun of me because of my incredible sense of smell and the ability to hear things too. I can hear things like really far away, and I can smell things really far away. So the one night I didn't put my fan on. I don't know if you know this story. Do you remember there was a fire at my apartment I lived at in college?
No.
So One night, it was the one night I swear I didn't put my fan on. I always had to put a fan on it. When you live in the city and you have ADHD like me, any little noise will just like make you like not want to. You can't sleep because you can hear like your neighbor's farts, and you can't. It just makes you incredibly uneasy when you're living. Because any place in Rhode Island, I feel like I lived all over Rhode Island.
If you can hear your neighbor's farts, then your neighbor's got a problem.
I'm used
or your
to
walls are made of paper. One of the two.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're living in the city, and certain areas of Rhode Island to me are just all like you're living on top of everyone. I can't take that, but you know, what could you do? That's where I lived for years, 15 years, in and out of different areas of Rhode Island. But when you live in the city, it's worse. So I got used to, like, in college and the years thereafter, putting like an industrial size fan in my room so I didn't hear anything. So the one night, like, this is totally.
I just picture you sleeping and your hair blowing like as much as it can, like.
Oh yeah, I'd have to like, I'd have the dry throat every morning from the fan, but that's the cost you'd have to pay to like just make sure you could sleep. And it's probably awful for my skin too. But anyway, I woke up in the middle of the night. I swear to God, I could hear the girls downstairs. It was a lesbian couple and their friend lived downstairs from us. This is like circa 2003. And I heard her go, "Oh my God, dude, I can't get it out. I can't get it out." And I smell it. I smell the smoke. And so I lived with two other girls and their boyfriends were over every night. And my boyfriend, Matt, at the time was there. And I immediately jump out of bed and screamed at the top of my lungs, "There's a fire! Get out!" And so everybody was just like they were talking about it for months. They're like, "Thank God of your big mouth," because man, it woke us up and got us out of there. Because you can't imagine how quickly smoke rises up. And like we ran down the stairs. It was already pitch black and we were choking. But the funniest part was we just ran across the street to the fire department and knocked on the door. We're like, "There's a fire over there."
Hey, there's a fire. Put it out, please. Thank you.
They just took the hose and walked across the street and put it out. And because this girl downstairs was such a pothead, you know, she like fell asleep like smoking pot or whatever. And so it was in her mattress. And but just that short time, and she was high as a kite. I could tell just by the way she was talking, like she wasn't getting out of there. She kept when we were running down the stairs, she was taking a cup of water and just taking cups of water and pouring it on the mattress. And we're just like, "Get out of there! Like the smoke's gonna kill you first, you dummy." But just that little bit, there was so much soot from that. We had to clean the whole upstairs apartment. Like, it's scary. Fires are scary, man.
Well, yeah.
But thank God that was God that didn't let me put the fan on that night. Because
who was it that said that had the quote, "Rhode Island is the only trailer park with an interstate running through it"?
I saw somebody wrote that on Craigslist and I took it. I stole it and I've been saying that for years.
Oh, really? That's pretty good.
It's so true.
There are some beautiful parts of Rhode Island, but there's also a lot of corruption there.
Oh my God.
When we were looking for apartment, when we were like living there, when we first started looking for apartments, we were both doing that separately. Missy and I, moved in there, and then you moved in probably around the same time, right? Every one we looked at was like falling apart. One of them we walked into, like we got blasted with the smell of cat piss the minute we walked in the door. We're like, yeah, we're all set. Thanks.
Yeah. You know how many houses I looked at with dipshit? And I mean, the houses, every place we went, and we went everywhere throughout Rhode Island to look at, the foundation's cracked, this and that. And these realtors are just like, yeah, just come on in. It's all right. Like it's fine. You don't even need to do an inspection. I know a guy that knows a guy. We don't got to do nothing here. And it's just like, I don't want this house. You go in, I can't tell you how many houses had mold. Like there's always something very wrong. That's why you guys ended up buying in Connecticut. Because you looked in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut when you were looking at houses, right? Yeah.
Well, we just found that the state of the houses here was a little bit better, and it was actually cheaper, too.
Yeah. I don't know about now.
Yeah, I have no idea now.
Yeah.
But let's do a little song about the corruption in Rhode Island. The root of the corruption in Rhode Island, I guess
Yeah.
we should say. This is a made-up story, but we're going to tell it anyway.
Yeah, no, it's not a made-up story. It's pretty much so many people we know in Rhode Island. This is their theme song.
Holla at your boy, Tino Bazzoli. Come down to the house and bring me a cannoli. I'm a ladies' man. I've always got the dates. I prefer 'em 6'1", even though I'm 5'8". Give me 3 hot wieners and a coffee milk to go. Even though I'm married, I'm still flirting with them hoes. Pull up a chair, I'll tell you about my days of glory. You'll have to sit for hours and hear my bullshit stories. Somehow, someway, I'm always getting paid. I know a guy who knows a guy when scratch tickets are made. I swindled everyone I know and I'm gonna swindle more, yeah. Then when I retire, I'm gonna move down to Florida. Tino Bazzoli, more cannolis, please. Tino Bazzoli. Tino Bazzoli, known as the big town sleaze. Tino, more cannolis, please. Well, one of the positives of living in the Northeast is that probably one of the reasons we still live here is that it's an hour or so drive to Boston and a couple hours drive to Manhattan. So you can't beat that. I mean, there's not that much culture in such a congested area anywhere else in the country, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, then you're like me and you constantly are traveling. You're like, what the hell am I doing still living here?
I mean, yeah, there's lots of nice parts of the country in other places, but not. That's one of the reasons why we're still here. Like I said, you can't drive to major cities, so many major cities in such a short amount of time as you can in the Northeast.
You know what's funny though? I can't tell you the last time I went to New York. Can't even tell you. I think the last time I was there was in 2015.
I go like once or twice a year.
2015 or 2016 was the last time I was there. Yep.
Yeah, there's so much to do around here that it's hard to leave, even though there's so much corruption and other crap that we have to deal with.
No, I
traffic.
Yeah, there's so much to do here, but you still have to drive to do it. Like not immediately here. There's nothing.
No,
we used to have like Alexander's Lake. I guess people still go to Moosup Pond, but Darren said that the bacteria there, they find like really nasty fecal bacteria in that pond, so I wouldn't go there. And we used to have Rocky Point. We had all kinds of things to do when we were kids.
Well, you have like skydiving right in your backyard. Yeah. You have a little airport back there.
Oh my God. So that is the weirdest thing to look out every single day out my window because my office faces the field where they literally are flying and landing. So all I hear is, ah, all day long. And sometimes you get the occasional, help, help. I'm like, holy crap. But people have died back there. I would never get on a plane and skydive at my age. Would you?
Me neither. I would never do it at any age. I just have no desire to do it. It just seems dumb.
I'd be the one to break my back first of all in the air. Big back would be broken, and then I would be.
How would you break your back in the air?
People have.
How?
Because of the pressure of like falling.
Oh, really?
You break your back because you're going down this way, and the air's like pushing, and like your bones.
Don't go skydiving. You'll break your back, kid.
Oh God, no! But it's so weird to like see that every day. I'm like, yeah, look at all these stupid idiots having fun.
They say that death and injuries are pretty rare, but I still wouldn't do it.
No.
Skydiving deaths are incredibly rare. According to the United States Parachute Association, the fatality rate is approximately 0.28 to 0.46 deaths per 100,000 jumps, and tandem skydiving is even safer. Over the past decade, the USPA has recorded an average of 18 to 20 fatalities annually. Yeah, I wouldn't take the chance of being one of those 18 to 20.
Yeah, but I'm sitting here saying these people are stupid, and I go on roller coasters still. And I've always gone on roller coasters.
Yeah, there's deaths on those too.
I know, and I love it.
Really?
So I don't know what I'm talking about. I might as well just take the plunge and do the skydiving.
I don't know.
You don't go on roller coasters no more?
No.
Really?
I used to love them like 20 years ago, but now I'm just like, it's not worth the risk.
It's not worth falling off?
No. That's one of the positive things about you say what you want about like VR and that kind of stuff, but you can do all of those things on VR and it feels real, but there's no or much less danger involved.
Yeah, I put on Marley's VR one day, and I only did it for seriously 5 minutes, and I was dizzy for an hour after.
It's one of those things you got to get used to it. Yeah.
It's oh my God, I'm not doing that again.
She's on there for a couple hours a day.
I know.
It is weird though.
It is.
I like it, but it's like I said, it's one of those things you got to get used to. But you can go on a roller coaster, you can go skydiving and all that stuff, and on VR and not have any of the danger associated with it. The only danger is running into your couch in your living room.
Yeah, well, and the predators that go on those games.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
true.
fact that these kids aren't going out and actually being with real physically being around other people.
That's a huge downside. Yeah, if you think about how much less kids go outside nowadays as opposed to when we were growing up. We were outside all day.
Yep.
We already talked about this on here before, though.
but I know, but it's but you wonder where this is going. Where is this all headed?
Yeah. There's a study recently that schools that use computers to teach, the IQs of the kids coming out of those schools are lower than the ones that don't use computers.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's probably blurring the lines, too. They're on it so much. They're on it for school. They're on it when they come home. And so, they're saying they're finally realizing that our brains are shrinking from too much time online.
Yeah, that's definitely a downside.
Yeah.
I mean, the upside obviously is that anything you want, it's at your fingertips. Like any piece of information you can find, but then you're sucked into it. You don't go outside because you're looking up stuff online and being entertained all day long, and there's no reason to go outside. And then we all turn pasty white and turn into aliens.
Turn into pasty white aliens watching bark fart all day long. Does anybody else out there know what bark fart is? Because it's the new trending thing that people are doing, but I don't know what it is. I can't stop laughing every time I come across a bark fart. Do
you think that would have been popular in pre-internet society?
Bark fart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would.
I think it's pretty timeless.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's nothing funnier than a dog bark and a fart in a song together. And people just recently figured that out.
Yeah. So I didn't realize you told me that. I thought all these producers were making it, and you said there's an app that makes it. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So our algorithms over the past month or so have been flooded with bark fart songs. And I was like, why are all these people doing the same thing? And then my son is like, hey, I just made this song on my phone and it's the bark fart thing. And I'm like, how did you do that? And he's like, it's an app. You pick what sounds you want, you put them together and make a song out of it. And that's obviously one of the sounds on it. So everyone's doing the same thing. But
well, we got to get on the trend.
Yeah, we're going to get on the trend with that. And imagine what that, we've talked about this on here before, but you're at a club, you're in your 20s, you're trying to hook up with girls, guys, whatever, and you hear fart barks. What are you going to do? Half of the people are going to be pissed off. The other half are going to laugh. So let's do a little song about how that would go in a club.
Barks and farts are in the club tonight. Certain people gonna have a bad time. You don't like it, you can leave the line. We just wanna be obnoxious.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.